Well,
Welcome to Red Hot
and we're
Marriage.
back.
We're back.
I want to start today with a
Okay.
question because I
Okay.
thought that this would be something good.
Uh-oh.
You
What is
know,
that question?
I think you're going to like this
Okay,
one.
let's see.
Okay, it's not serious. What is your favorite song at the moment? What is a song that just plays on repeat in your mind?
In my mind, I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of worship set.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Which is?
That I play. I could not tell you the song. They just play
Just
in the
sing
background.
it for us. Just
No,
sing
you don't want to meet.
it. Just like, how does it go? We can figure it out.
Well, there are multiple songs.
Okay.
But no, I can tell you what song it is.
Well, you're like the super save because
Yeah.
I was thinking Bruno Mars. I was thinking I just might. Do, 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 do,
Ah, I
do, do,
love
do,
that.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah. That one.
that's
That
so
one.
good.
Yeah, that's the one.
I love that.
I also listen.
Liar.
What?
You're such a liar.
No, that's what I play in the morning.
But your favorite song?
My favorite song, I don't know. What's the
Not
favorite song?
Golden?
Golden. Golden is, yeah.
It is good. You play that
Golden.
one on repeat, but
No,
you sing.
I
You
never-
sing
I
it.
never played it on
No, but you
repeat.
sing it.
Yeah.
Or you attempt to sing it,
I
but you
played-
make up the lyrics to
Yeah,
it.
I
too.
play it once in a while.
Yeah.
But it is one of my favorite songs.
Okay, there you
Yeah.
go. So yeah, Demon Hunters.
Yeah.
Golden. I love it. Okay. Well, Bruno Mars. My goal this month is to learn the steps with you and then do a little video on us dancing to Bruno Mars. So
Let's get
that's
it.
coming. Okay. Okay. So just warning you there. But okay. So moving on from that. I know last time that we were talking, we were sharing about, okay, how do we, in the conversations that we have been having about recovery and what that looks like, in marriage, should we tell our kids? Should we tell our family? Should we tell our parents? Like, who do we even tell, right? Should they even know what's going on? So we're going to be unpacking that a little bit more today on what that may look like. And I can think of like growing up and being in church, and I remember being in circles and going to different events where there's all these women there talking and sharing their story and what they've been going through. And then they would start sharing stories about their husbands. And some of their husbands were leaders in church. They were leaders in the community. They were doctors. They were attorneys. They were people, that were well known. And I remember the way that these ladies would talk about their husbands that I could never see them the same again.
Right.
Because of how little they thought of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned early on how important it was to whatever was going on in our marriage, because I think we had just gotten married at that point, to be very careful on how I expressed it, who I expressed it to, and who were my safe people. So we're going to talk today about that, about safety and how important it is to find someone that can handle what you are telling them. Okay,
Right,
because
right.
we can sometimes make the mistake of going and sharing things with people that don't deserve, to know what is going on.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
yeah. So
And
yeah,
I think that's an important distinction to make because not because you want to be honest, that means that you need
Tell
to share
everybody.
with the world
And everything.
And it's never the point
Yeah.
of Red Hot Marriage and the conversations that we have to, for us to, like if you're hearing that you just need to share everything, you're hearing the wrong thing. That's not at all what we're saying. What we're saying is that that's oversharing, and oversharing is something completely different that we can get into some other time. When you honesty means that you're honest with the people that matter and that you share things that are uncomfortable with the people that matter, the people that need to hear it. And I think that as men, and we're talking more men in general terms, that are going to this areas of affairs or being addicted to pornography, more specifically to our story and the subject that we're covering. It's important that you do tell someone, that you do be honest with the people that matter.
yeah,
And that is the collateral now becomes more extended to kids, to friends that matter, that are closer to you, than people that are going to help you, people that are going to advise you. pastors that you're close to, that also you share life with, that is going to be important as well. But not everyone needs to know. Absolutely not, because you don't know what those people, how they can hold this. Because
What
this
about
is very important.
family?
Yeah. I mean, family. I mean, talking about your kids, absolutely.
If they're, I think like also it comes with age, right?
Yeah,
If they're
yeah.
older, if they
Yeah.
are, maybe young adults, teenagers, you can talk about what is going on, because I think that when things happen in marriage, it's inevitable. They're going to feel the tension. They're going to feel the disconnection. They're going to feel just how terrible the house feels, right?
Yeah. And this is
Yeah.
going to affect everyone.
It is
and they're
gonna
going to
affect
pick
everybody.
it up. They're going to feel what's happening. They might not have the words to
Right.
express it, but they definitely going to feel it.
And I think that this is where the responsibility of the person that did the hurting, this is part of the amends that is important for them to do, where it doesn't lie. If it is the husband that has been, doing the things that he's not supposed to be doing, if it is an affair, if it is porn, if it is whatever it is, right, that he then confronts this head on with his children, if they are of age. And we're talking about maybe teenagers, because your kids, like you said, they're going to feel it, they're going to experience it.
Yeah.
I think that this really lies on the responsibility of the person that committed the offense to then make amends.
100%.
And not put it 100% on the other individual that is trying to even recover.
Right.
And
also is that's important. That's important because what the person that committed the offense, the betrayer, if you will, that's been part of the escape plan all the time.
Yeah.
Not to take
Ownership.
responsibility, ownership for the actions that he took.
Yeah.
The premeditation, the planning behind. And now you're confronted with this moment, and now you don't want to take responsibility. So no, now you get to own the whole package.
Yep.
How do you are responsible, and how do you hold those conversations that are so challenging, and still have them anyway, with care, and find the emotional man inside of you to be able to have those conversations.
I think that that's something that builds in the spouse's trust. It starts rebuilding the trust that was lost. It also builds like, okay, well, he's really trying to do something different now,
Right.
showing up, and taking ownership and accountability for the hurt that he's caused. And it also helps the children really then understand that it's not them. That it's not something that they did.
Right.
Because that can be something that they can experience by just being around the house. Like, oh, maybe I did something wrong.
Right.
And they start growing up thinking like
it goes
walking on
unsaid.
eggshells.
Yeah.
It goes unsaid.
Yeah.
And those things that go unsaid always will come up in the future and, damage you.
Yeah.
If you don't have a conversation about them. I think that's super important. I think as far as friends are concerned, when it comes to people that are close to you, people that are always going to be those that point you back to the Lord, because you can get with, I know, it's easy to get around a group of girls and they're going to egg me on like, leave him. He's a jerk. Because I've heard that in circles, that immediately when something happens, that's like the first thing.
Yeah.
If you don't know God, if you're not following him, if you want to live your life however it is, it's like, no, just drop him. Like, you can get another one, and it's not like that. It shouldn't be like that. So we have to be careful with what advice we're also listening to.
Yeah.
Super important. Thinking back to when we started going through this process too, you told our kids, like do you want to talk a little bit about that, how you did it?
Yeah, it's I definitely had conversations with Derek, which is the
Our amazing producer.
Here.
Thank you very much.
He
We
earns
love
the
you.
big bucks around here. And I had also conversations with Danny.
Yeah.
And there were heartfelt
Yeah.
conversations that we had both times, and both times we went to eat. We went to a restaurant, and I told him just straight out what we were facing and what I was, what happened. And they were older, so they could understand in more clear terms what we were.
They were young
into.
adults already, so
Yeah. So then that was the way it happened. But it was challenging.
Yeah.
Nonetheless. Yeah. And I know that for us when we were facing this, we had some friends that we called.
yeah.
you know, and again, it was not everyone. Everyone did not deserve to know, and now everyone's hearing it here, but now, you know, we had those conversations with our closest friends, with our family, the people that mattered. Of course, you had the front row seat to all the hardest part of it, and that you needed to know, and now we're moving along, but it's been years now.
Yeah.
But it was only that group of people that needed to know, that we trusted, that we knew that they would point us in the right direction, that the Lord was part of those conversations. There was prayer, there was care for us, no matter how hard the situation was, that they cared for us. So we felt good in sharing that, and that was not oversharing. That was telling the people that we knew that
Could help us too.
That could help us,
Yeah.
but they could handle something like this with wise counsel. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it's challenging. If your kids are small, if you're facing this today, and your kids are in an age where they're smaller, you definitely need to ask the Lord to guide you in how to communicate something like this. If your kids are older, it's important, and I'm speaking as a husband, it's important that you sit down with them and you share, because it's about you taking responsibility. It's about you taking the challenge to talk to your kids and share what you've done to hurt their mom, right?
Yeah.
And now is the challenge that you have to have those conversations, and also now you get to be on the side of working through all that is hard, that is just tough.
Yeah. And I think that you modeling that for them, I know for our kids, was so important, that you weren't running away from it. You weren't escaping the consequence of your actions, but you
Right.
were like owning it fully, whatever that looked like, you know. So they understood that it wasn't just weird around the house, that it wasn't just like mom's not talking to dad, like dad's sleeping downstairs, like we don't know what's going on. It was just like, okay, well, this is then. And I think also for like a girl seeing this right happening, and then finding out, okay, this is actually what is happening in my parents' marriage. How we play that out in front of our kids is so critical, because that can then give them a foundation as to what is okay and what is not, you know, in marriage. And what I mean is, like, if that were to happen to them one day, you know, as a girl, do you just put up with it? It's like, okay, my husband just, it's normal. My dad had an affair. My dad looked at porn. My dad did this. That's normal for me, right? But if you said that, like, hey, this was not okay. Me watching porn was not okay. And this hurt your mom. And I own all of this. Yeah. Now she's like, when she gets married, she'll know, like, oh, wait, that should not be part of this marriage either. Yeah. So you're setting that foundation for them. And that is so important to do.
The implications of those conversations go far beyond
what's happening now.
What you have in front of you.
So true.
Far beyond.
So true.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be like the best counsel that we can give anyone. Like, if you are in the thick of it, find someone that is safe. I'm so grateful and thankful for my friend and pastor friend Alex, that I was able to reach out to her, and in an instant she was like, this is what you need to do. I'm going to pray with you. I'm going to hold your hand. I'm going to be here for you. And she was that lifeline for me. And then I reached out to my best friend too, and she was amazing, you know, helping me walk through it. But if I had not had those two people in my life at that time, I don't know what would have happened.
Yeah.
You know, and it was tough, but having someone that understood and had just the empathy to walk with me was everything, you
Absolutely.
know. So that has become our passion, you know. And I think that we started then doing hope groups and recovery groups to help other women that maybe didn't have that did not have the support of the family, or they were too ashamed to share with anyone, or they didn't have the friends that could support them. So that's why our passion is to work with couples that are in a space where they have no idea how they're going to get out, what they're going to do, and then help them.
And I think also that this is an important step. facing the reality where you're in. That you're not trying to play normal.
Right. Well, that's good.
That you're just saying, this is where I am. And because at this time, your wife, I mean, she knows you. So she might know that normally when things get hard and tough and you have to face different emotional situations in life, maybe you escape, maybe you detach from it. But for you to face them head on, it means a lot. It means a lot that you're acknowledging where you're at in life, and also you're now acknowledging what is to come. Like what are the next steps? Like you're setting up. This is where we're at. This is the world that we're living now, and now we have to find the steps to come out of it, and that's by having those clear conversations. If you need to talk to your kids, at whatever age they are, I mean, that's the step that you need to talk to mentors, pastors, friends that are close to you, that bring value to your life, that know your life, that are connected to you. Absolutely.
Well, I know besides your therapist, I know that you had a couple of friends that you would reach out to and be accountable to during that season of early recovery. And that to me gave me safety, gave me peace in knowing like, okay, you have someone that you can reach out to, someone that you can just pick up the phone and they can check in on you. You can let them know where you're at. That was so important for me because I wanted for you to talk to somebody, and at that time it couldn't be me, because I couldn't handle. I couldn't handle a lot of your emotions. I was already trying to just handle mine. So I think that is something that is so important that you did, and that really built in me, started rebuilding that trust that I needed to have. That when you said on Monday night at 7 p.m., I need to get on the phone with blah, blah, okay, on Monday night, 7 p.m., he's going to get on the phone with this individual, right? And that was so good for my heart. So I think that some of the men that are in this space, your wife is asking you to have a friend, to make a friend. And it must be hard for guys, because that's what I hear from all the women. Like, my husband doesn't have any friends. He doesn't, he doesn't talk to anybody. He's just by himself. But it's so critical to have someone. And who knew that talking to someone could help so much? And I know you underestimated even that early on, that it was just like, why do I have to talk to somebody? But yet it had incredible effects in your life.
Yeah. And that's like ongoing and talking to someone. But I think the issue of if you should talk to your family, that is front and center. And I think that comes after discovery, after going through the bomb that goes off, and maybe even a few recovery appointments that you go through your counselor, your therapist, a group that you're going through, that you get to the point that now you need to face and start taking steps to making amends, like really taking responsibility for your actions and saying, I did that. It was me. It was horrible. You guys don't deserve this. I'm going to make it better. I'm going to learn. I'm going to go and have sessions, whatever you need to do. That I'm going to put money aside. I'm going to do all the things that you need to do to make that right. And that is going to be seen, and you're going to be rewarded greatly for it in the way you feel much better, much more present to your wife, your kids, and you're going to feel good that you're not running away from it, that you're facing it. That you, I think that's the point, that you start becoming that the integration process of you becoming a man, that's where the onset, when it begins, because now you're talking to people about it, people that matter.
Now
trying to make it right.
I completely agree. And I think what we're not talking about, though, is if there is physical, sexual, emotional abuse in your marriage, in your relationship, you do need to seek help immediately.
Yeah.
And that is something that we don't keep secrets about someone hurting us and physically assaulting us and things, we don't keep those secrets.
Yeah.
We don't then try to protect the family. No. Like, you immediately call the authorities, do what you need to do to get to safety, get a shelter, go into a shelter, do the things that you need to do to protect yourself and your kids, from the abuse, right? That's not what we're talking about here. So I just want to make it clear that that would be completely different then. Yeah, if you are in a situation where there is abuse, 100% you need to seek help and you need to get out immediately.
Yeah.
So we are not of the belief that, well, if you just pray, it'll stop. No.
Yes, pray, but get out of there.
Pray and get out. Yeah. And get the help. So, yeah. But yeah, I think that as far as that question, when it comes to family and friends, super important to keep the circle small, keep the circle intimate, and keep it to a place where you feel safe with someone that you can share that. And we're available.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're available. You can reach
to
out.
strategize a plan, how to begin doing that.
Absolutely.
How do you take the steps necessary to start talking to your family, to starting. I think the first conversation that happens is between you and your wife, where you talk about, okay, what are the steps? And it's better if you initiate it. I'm talking to the men. Like if you say, hey, honey, I'm going to talk to
Blank.
to Derek, my kids, Derek and Danny. So I said, I'm going to talk to Derek and Danny.
Yeah.
What do you feel that I need to say? How do I approach this? What do I say? That's an important conversation, because it creates that, you start creating that bridge with your wife, that conversation bridge that later you're gonna talk to your kids, and then she's gonna ask you about it, right? And you can continue talking, and that talking brings about more deeper, hard conversation that that's the start of the healing process. Right there.
And you taking initiative as a dad, as a father, is so critical for them to see that, displayed. And then as far as friends is concerned, if you have a good friend that you can trust, that you can call, you can just let them know, like, hey, this is something that I've experienced in my marriage. I'm not really asking for advice. I'm asking for prayer. And can I trust you with something that I am about to tell you?
Yeah.
And let them tell you yes or no. Yes or no, and then say, this is what's going on in my marriage. Like, I don't know what to do. I just need you as support, as someone that can pray for me.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
That's it. And you as a friend can then be that for that individual. And of course, if you're going to speak to a therapist, then make sure that they are trauma informed, that they are someone that can help. I'm talking to the ladies that are APSATS trained, that can be able to really handle the information that you are telling them, and then give you trauma informed solutions too.
Yeah.
So those are some of the steps that I think that someone can take.
If you're, I mean, hopefully we're talking to a lot of Christian people and even non-Christian people, but if you're seeking a therapist, faith-based, but is trauma-informed and is, someone that has experienced this traumatizing thing in their life, it's even better, because they come from a first-hand experience.
True.
And they're able to guide you in a better way.
I agree. Completely agree. So, I hope that it helps, and that if there's any questions that people may have, they can always just put them in the comments and we can get back to them ASAP. So
get to the comments.
That's right.
That's right.
That's it. All right.
I love it. I think that closes this question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. I love you.
Next time. I love you, baby.